You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the NFL. Because we got some news today about rearranging the off-season schedule for the NFL and OTAs pushing all the way to June. So when the Super Bowl is over, that's a wrap all the way until the off-season program starts in June. So rookie minicamps, these other OTAs, they would be gone. Now, I don't know what that workload looks like. What I do know is the NFL product doesn't look as good at the beginning of the season right now and hasn't for the last several years. A lot of that is because of new CBA rules that's caused diminished reps, etc., okay? And the elimination of one preseason game. Eventually, another game's going to get eliminated. And this is all steamrolling towards the NFL working something out for an 18th game. That's what's going to happen here. There's going to be a trade-off between the off-season and adding another official game. The problem is, what is the product going to look like in that other official game? And the other oddity in this is at least one NFL player has come out slamming this, and he has come out saying he doesn't know a player that supports this. And evidently the coaches and general managers, everybody like that, they don't support this new program. But it may end up passing, and it's in there. The NFLPA is using the terms finalizing, which is raising a lot of questions. If a lot of players are not supporting this, then who the hell are the NFLPA exactly representing? I mean, how corrupt are they at this point? It doesn't make sense. Now, I did see where some players that are like on the bubble, third and fourth and fifth guys, this might be a door for to open up for them to play in the UFL. And there's been a little smoke floating around out there about the idea that the NFL and the UFL could end up getting further in cahoots. They're already working together on some very minor things. But this might open the door for something like third-string quarterbacks actually playing, things like that, right? I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I just know we got at least one player, and we'll read, well, hell, let's just look. Players don't want this either. All right? Albert Greer. Let's just say the new proposal to scrap off-season programs starting with training camp with a ramp-up period in June and eliminate the annual summer break in the NFL calendar is going over like the Hindenburg with coaches and front office people. Okay, so that is the response that's out there right now, all right, about how this is going over. So let's go to the NFL, actual NFL.com page. The NFL Players Association is considering pushing for changes to the offseason workout program. The NFLPA is working to finalize a proposal to overhaul the offseason starting as soon as 2025, eliminating voluntary on-field work in the spring in favor of a longer training camp ramp-up, with players reporting in mid-June to early July. NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero reported Tuesday, per sources informed of the plan. A formal proposal is expected this summer. Under new leadership since July 2023, the NFLPA has sought feedback from players on adjusting the offseason schedule, with the majority supporting the changes, Pelissero reported. Well, that's interesting because you see Shelby Harris, players don't want this either. He's saying he doesn't know anybody that does support it. Pelissero, the end of OTAs. And you saw what that said there. Trey Wingo, right here, formerly of ESPN. What we're seeing in real time is the beginning of negotiations for the new CBA. The current one runs out March 2030. The NFL wants an 18-game season, question mark. Cool. The NFLPA opening gamut is more time off after an elongated season, and the dance begins. And that's what a lot of people believe this is actually about, is getting to an 18th game. But again, if things like tackling falls off, which we've already seen, some quarterback play, kind of lack of reps, all that sort of thing, you've already seen some things drop off due to drop in off-season. Plus, these players that are on the bubble, all right, you're taking away guys that could potentially shine and actually make it to training camp that might not have normally made it. Some of these opportunities are going away. I know some players have come out talking about eliminating another preseason game's a bad idea because the fringe guys may never develop. In other words, I guess the example would be somebody like a Kurt Warner might never actually rise up and show up and eventually become a Hall of Fame. You get the point, right? Lesser players can't get showcased, can't get reps. I mean, a lot of those guys get cut. They're never seen from again. But, yeah, some guys do come out. The current off-season workout program, which is collectively bargained, is a voluntary 9-week off-season program broken down into 3 phases, which includes meetings, on-field individual drills, and organized team activities, OTAs. Teams can conduct 1 mandatory minicamp for veterans during Phase 3. For most clubs, the all-season program starts in mid-April, runs through mid-June. A roughly 6-week summer break lasts until training camp kicks off in mid to late July. So they're talking about eliminating that summer break. Man, this is getting really interesting. And all of this, they're talking about 18 games. Guys, they want 20. That's where the owners and Roger Goodell want this to eventually end up, is 20 regular season games. All right? They want to push the Super Bowl back at least a weekend or whatever. There's talk maybe even of the Super Bowl going to Saturday. That's been around forever. The other thing is, I think the next weekend after the Super Bowl normally, I think, is President's Day. I may be wrong. It's some holiday. And I've heard Goodell talk about the fact that, well, then that a lot of people would be naturally off work after the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I don't know a freaking soul that's ever been off on President's Day. Is that a federal? Maybe that's a federal holiday. Sorry if I don't know that, but I don't know it. So maybe federal employees or state employees and all the above are off, but most people I know still have to work that Monday the following week. I know I do, and I did in my last 2 previous careers. So I don't know what the thinking is there. I've said just move the sumbitch to Saturday and you're good to go, and everybody's off on Sunday and hung over. It's very odd that we got a player coming out saying he doesn't know any players that support this, and he doesn't support it. Who the hell are the NFLPA representing exactly? It's odd. And look, if if front office people and coaches don't support this, then that's their way of telling you, we don't think we can develop the players and get them ready to play adequately and up to speed if you make this change. And what does that mean? The product is worse on the field when real games start. I don't know why nobody has noticed how much worse like offenses are at the beginning of the year, and then later in the year, defense and tackling's been terrible for like 3 years now, 4 years. Just elementary kind of fundamental tackling has gotten worse. Less reps, CBA, not a lot of tackling practice, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm talking about here. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I don't love it. I don't. But it's going to get changed. I mean, that's all there is to it. They're going to 18 games, and they'll have that for 3, 4, 5 years, and then we'll hear the 20th game. That will start being more and more of a thing. And they can sell that. There's even been talk that they would expand the playoffs yet again. They're going to end up, how many are let in the NBA? Like 2/3 or something? That's what's going to happen in the NFL. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.